Welcome to Module 2 of our course on Data Product Management, entitled The 5 Core Values of Data Product Management. In this module, we'll delve into the foundational principles that every successful data product manager should internalize and apply in their day-to-day work. These core values are not just abstract ideas, they're practicable, actionable guidelines that will help you create data products that are both effective and aligned with the needs and goals of your organization. Throughout this module, we'll explore each of the 5 core values. These values are the building blocks of data product excellence. They ensure that the products you manage are easy to find and use, deliver meaningful insights, maintain high levels of integrity, comply with governance standards, and adhere to ethical consideration. Why are these core values so important? In today's data-driven world, the success of a product often hinges on how well it can be understood and utilized by others. By embracing these core values, you'll be equipped to create data products that not only meet technical requirements, but also drive real business outcomes, foster trust, and support organizational goals. So here's what you can expect in this module. We'll begin by defining each core value and discussing its significance. We'll then look at real-world examples to see how these values are applied in practice. And then we'll have an activity that will help you reflect on how to incorporate these values into your own work as a data product manager. Before we dive into the specific values, it's important to understand what core values are and why they matter. Core values are the fundamental belief and guiding principles that shape the way we approach our work. They serve as a compass, influencing decisions, behaviors, and the overall direction of our product. In data product management, core values help ensure that these data products we develop are not only effective, but are also aligned with the broader goals and ethical standards of the organization. So why are core values particularly important in data product management? It's because data products are unique. They serve as the foundation for data-driven decisions across a whole organization. The impact of these products extends far beyond just the technical. They influence strategies, customer experiences, and even overall organizational culture. By adhering to a set of core values, we can ensure that our products are discoverable, actionable, reliable, governable, and ethical. These values help us create data products that are not just technically sound, but are truly valuable to the business and its stakeholders. Think about it this way. The core values are a framework or lens through which every aspect of our data product management, that is our day-to-day work, is viewed. Whether you're defining the product's requirements, designing features, monitoring performance, these are the values that should guide your actions and decisions. And by doing this, it's going to provide consistency, ensure quality, and help you really navigate complex challenges. Now that we have a clear understanding of what core values are and their importance, let's take a closer look at each of the 5 core values that are essential. And then we'll explore each one in detail, starting with Discoverable. Now let's talk about the first core value, discoverability. In the context of data products, discoverability refers to how easily data users, both technical and especially non-technical, can find and access the data products they need. If data is buried, siloed, and not properly cataloged, it loses much of its value because potential users can't find it. Think about a time when you struggled to find a specific data set or report. It was likely frustrating, time-consuming, and even delayed an important item on your to-do list. This highlights why discoverability is so crucial and the first item. Not only does it save time, but it reduces frustration and friction and ensures that data products are used to their full potential. In an organization, making data products discoverable means they are well documented, properly indexed, and easily searchable. This enables teams to quickly locate the data they need to drive insights and actions. Now, how to ensure discoverability? There are several strategies to enhance the discoverability of your data products. The first is the most important. No matter what data product, database, uh, or tool you use, it's important to have metadata management. Implement a robust metadata management strategy. And this means that every data product should have clear, detailed metadata describing its contents, purpose, and usage. The second is a tool, data catalogs. We can use data catalogs and search tools. These are platforms that index and organize data products, making them easier to find and access. But in order for a data catalog to work properly, you need to have the proper metadata in place. Third, user training. We need to ensure that data users are trained on how to perform searches and access the data. Sometimes the tools are there, but users aren't aware of how to effectively use them. And the fourth is also very important, regular audits. By conducting regular audits of your data products, you're going to ensure that they remain organized and up to date in your data catalog. So let's consider a real world example. Think of a company where the marketing team needs to access customer data because they're personalizing campaigns, but the data is scattered across different systems with minimal documentation. By putting together a centralized data catalog with strong metadata management, the marketing team then will be able to quickly discover the customer data they need for specific campaigns, which will lead to them being more effective and more timely. To sum up discoverability, it's the foundation that allows your data products to be found and used. By ensuring that your data products are discoverable, you empower your organization to make data-driven decisions faster and with greater confidence. In the next section, we'll explore the second value, actionable. But first, take a moment to reflect on how you can improve the discoverability of data products within your own organization. Now let's consider our second core value, actionable. Actionability means that the data products you develop and manage are not just informative, but also enable users to take specific, meaningful actions. In other words, your data products should provide insights that can drive decisions and lead to tangible outcomes. Data alone, no matter how rich or well organized, is of little value if it doesn't lead to action. Now imagine a dashboard, and I'm sure you've seen these, that presents various metrics and KPIs, but those metrics are too generic or vague to guide specific decisions. In such cases, the data isn't actionable and it doesn't serve the needs of the users. To ensure your data products are actionable, they must be designed with the end user in mind. This means understanding what decisions the user needs to make and what data will most effectively support those decisions. So how can we ensure actionability? Here are some key strategies. First, user-centric design. We need to understand in depth the needs of our users. What decisions are they trying to make? What actions do they need to take? We need to continue to ask this over and over until we get down to the true reason that they need the data. Your data products then should be tailored to directly support these needs. Second, clear and relevant metrics. We need metrics and KPIs that are directly tied to business objectives. The data should be specific enough to guide users in taking the right actions. Instead of just showing overall sales figures, break it down by region, product line, or customer segment to provide more actionable insights. Context and recommendations. Whenever possible, provide context around the data. This could include benchmarks, historical comparisons, or even recommendations based on the data trends. This additional information helps users understand not just what the data is showing, but what it means and what they should do about it. And then fourth, real-time or near real-time data. In many cases, the actionability of data is tied to its timeliness. Ensure that your data products provide up-to-date information so users can act on the latest insights, not outdated or irrelevant data. Let's take a look at an example. A retail company wants to optimize its inventory levels. A simple report showing current stock levels is informative, but not necessarily actionable. But if the report also includes predictive analytics that forecast future demand based on trends, seasonality, and promotional plans, it becomes much more actionable. The inventory manager can then make data-driven decisions on reordering, reducing stock, or shifting inventory across locations. So in summary, making your data products actionable is about ensuring that they lead to specific, informed decisions and actions. By focusing on user needs, providing clear metrics, then offering context, and delivering timely data, you empower your users to take meaningful action that drive business success. Now we'll move on to the third core value, reliability. But once again, before we do, take a moment to consider how you can enhance the actionability of your data products to better serve your users. Now let's discuss the third core value of data product management, reliability. Reliability in the context of data products means that the data is consistently accurate, up to date, and dependable. Users should be able to trust that the data they are accessing is correct and that it will be available when they need it. Imagine relying on a report to make a critical business decision, only to find out later that the data was outdated, not refreshed, or inaccurate. This can lead to a poor decision, wasted resources, but most importantly, it's going to result in a loss of trust in your data products. Reliability is crucial because it builds confidence among users. When your data products are reliable, users are going to depend on them to make informed decisions, which is ultimately what drives the success of any data initiative. So, how to ensure reliability? Ensuring reliability involves a combination of processes, tools, and best practices. So here's some strategies. First, DQM, or data quality management. We have to implement strong data quality management practices. This includes regular data cleansing, validation, and enrichment processes to ensure the accuracy and completeness of your data. Monitoring alerts are very important. If a dashboard doesn't refresh, we need to have an alert, and that's because it's being monitored. By setting up monitoring systems to track the performance and accuracy of your data products, automated alerts will notify you of any issues, such as either data discrepancies, system downtimes, and then you'll be able to proactively address problems before they impact downstream users. We need consistency in data updates. There should be clear schedules and SLAs for when data updates are going to happen, and we have to stick to them. Users should know when to expect fresh data and be confident that it reflects the most current information available. And fourth, data governance. It's important that we implement robust data governance policies to ensure that our data is handled correctly, consistently, and ethically across the whole organization. Good governance practices contribute to the reliability of your data products by ensuring that data is managed according to the established standards and protocols. So now let's consider a use case example. A scenario where a financial institution relies on a daily dashboard to monitor its risk exposure. If the data feeding into this dashboard isn't updated on time or contains errors, it could lead to significant financial losses or regulatory penalties. By implementing rigorous data quality checks, automated monitoring, and clear governance policies, the institution ensures that its risk management dashboard is reliable and that the data can be trusted for daily decision making. One of the things I say when it comes to making sure that things are reliable, have we implemented everything that a reasonable person would expect in making sure that we have our systems and products running reliably? The answer to that should always be yes. So in summary, reliability is the bedrock of trust in data products. By ensuring that your data is accurate, timely, and consistent, you're going to build confidence among your users. And this is going to allow them to rely on your data products for critical business decisions. Next, we'll explore the fourth core value, governable. But take a moment to think about the measures you can implement to enhance the reliability of your data products. Now let's discuss the fourth core value, governable. Governability refers to the ability to manage and control your data products effectively. It encompasses the policies, procedures, and practices that ensure your data products are used in compliance with regulatory requirements, organizational standards, and ethical guidelines. Without proper governance, data can become a liability rather than an asset. Poorly governed data products can lead to legal issues, data breaches, and misuse of information. In contrast, well governed data products ensure that data is used responsibly, securely, and in line with both legal requirements and business objectives. Governability also ensures that data remains constant and accurate over time, preserving its value and usability. To ensure that your data products are governable, consider the following strategies. First, a data governance framework. Establish a comprehensive data governance framework that outlines the roles, responsibilities, and processes for managing data within your organization. This framework should address key areas such as data ownership, data stewardship, and data quality. Second, access controls and permissions. Implement strict access controls to ensure that only authorized personnel can access, modify, or distribute data products. This not only protects sensitive information, but also ensures accountability in data handling. Compliance and regulatory adherence. This is very, very important. You need to stay up to date with the relevant data protection laws and regulations, such as GDPR, CCPA, or industry specific standards that apply to you and your data products. Ensure that your products are designed and managed in compliance with these regulations to avoid legal risks. Audit trails and monitoring. Maintain detailed audit trails that record who accessed the data, when, and what changes were made. Regular monitoring of these logs helps detect and prevent unauthorized access or misuse of the data. Now consider an example, a healthcare organization that manages large volumes of patient data. Without proper governance, this data could be vulnerable to data breaches, leading to severe legal and financial consequences, not to mention the loss of trust in their patients. By implementing a robust data governance framework, including strict access controls and regular audits, the organization ensures that patient data is secure, compliant with healthcare regulations, and used ethically to improve patient outcomes. In summary, governability is about more than just following rules. It's really about a mindset of protecting your organization and its data assets while fostering trust and accountability. You do this by ensuring that your data products are governable and you safeguard against risks, promote ethical use, and ensure that data serves its intended purpose effectively and responsibly. Now we'll discuss the fifth and final core value, ethical. But once again, take a moment to reflect on how you can strengthen the governance of your data products within your organization. Now let's discuss the fifth and final core value of data product management, ethical. Ethics in data product management refer to the responsibility of ensuring that data is collected, managed, and used in a way that respects privacy, fairness, and transparency. It's about making decisions that not only comply with laws and regulations, but also align with broader societal values. In today's world where data can be incredibly powerful, ethical considerations are more important than ever. Misuse of data can lead to privacy violations, discrimination, and a loss of trust from customers, employees, and the public. Conversely, ethically managed data enhances trust, promotes fairness, and protects the rights of individuals. Ethical data practices are not just about avoiding negative outcomes. They're about proactively ensuring that your data products contribute positively to society and your organization. So how do we ensure that our data products are ethical? We need to consider these key strategies. First, privacy by design. Ensure that privacy is a foundational consideration in the design and development of your data products. This means incorporating features that protect user data, such as anonymization, encryption, and clear consent mechanisms. Second, we need to consider bias and fairness and actively work to identify and mitigate bias in your data and algorithms. This involves regularly auditing your data sources and models to ensure they do not disproportionately impact or harm certain groups. Our data needs to be transparent and accountable. We need to be transparent about how our data is collected, processed, and used. We need to provide clear information to users and stakeholders about the data practices our organization follows, and establish accountability mechanisms that address ethical concerns. Fourth, we need to implement an ethical decision-making framework. We need to develop and implement this framework within our organizations. It should guide our decisions related to data collection, usage, and sharing, ensuring that ethical considerations are consistently prioritized. And last, we need to always have continuous education and awareness. We need to promote ongoing education and awareness around data ethics in our organization. We need to conduct regular training sessions, have open discussions, and provide resources that can help keep ethics at the forefront of everyone's mind. Now let's take a look at a case example. Imagine a company is developing an AI product that makes hiring recommendations. If the data used to train the AI is biased, perhaps reflecting historical inequalities, it could lead to unfair outcomes, such as discrimination against certain candidates. By applying ethical principles, the company could audit and adjust the data and algorithms to ensure fairness, and this would result in a more equitable hiring process. So in summary, ethical considerations are foundational to responsible data product management. And ensuring that your data products are developed and used ethically, you protect individuals' rights, promote fairness, and build trust with your users and stakeholders. Remember this, ethics is not just an add-on. It's an integral part of our long-term success and sustainability in your data products. As you move forward, I encourage you to think about how you can incorporate ethical practices into every stage of your data product lifecycle. Now that we've explored the 5 core values of data product management, discoverable, actionable, reliable, governable, and ethical, let's talk about how to apply these values in your daily work. These core values aren't just theoretical concepts. They're practical principles that should guide every decision you make when managing your data products. By consistently applying these values over time, you're going to ensure that your data products are not only effective, but that they're aligned with your organization's goals and the broader responsibilities we have as data professionals. Now, there's 4 steps to do this. The first step in applying these core values is to integrate them into your data product development process. This means considering these values at every stage, from the initial concept and design through to deployment and ongoing management. The second step is establishing a core values checklist. To keep these values top of mind, create a values checklist that you and your team can refer to throughout the life cycle of your data products. This checklist can serve as a quick reference to ensure that no aspect of these critical values is overlooked. For example, before launching a new data product, run through the checklist. Have we ensured discoverability? Is the data actionable and reliable? Are our governance protocols in place? Have we conducted an ethical review? Step 3 is fostering a culture of values-driven data management. So it's not enough to apply these values individually. We need to foster a culture in our organization where these core values are deeply embedded and essential. We need to encourage our team, stakeholders, and users to prioritize these values in every project and decision. And applying core values is an ongoing process. We need to regularly measure how well our data products adhere to these principles and seek feedback from users and stakeholders. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. One is using surveys, user feedback, and internal audits. But what's most important is based on this feedback to have a process to continuously refine our processes to better align with our core values. Now let's consider an example of applying these core values. Let's say you're managing a data product for a financial services firm. Your product is a risk analysis tool used by investment managers. First, by ensuring that the tool is discoverable, you make sure that all relevant teams can easily find and access it. By making it actionable, you include specific tailored insights that allow the managers to make quick, informed decisions. Reliability is assured by implementing data quality checks, monitoring and notification with real-time updates. The tool is governable with clear access controls and compliance with financial regulations. And finally, we make sure it's ethical. We make sure our tool doesn't inadvertently create or reinforce biases in investment decisions. By applying all 5 core values, our product that we deliver is not only valuable to the organization, but also responsible and trustworthy for the users. In summary, applying the core values of discoverable, actionable, reliable, governable, and ethical in your work is essential to the success and sustainability of your data products. These values should guide your decisions and practices at every stage of the data product lifecycle. As you move forward, I challenge you to integrate these core values into everything you do, fostering a data-driven culture that prioritizes value, trust, and responsibility. Now that we've discussed the importance of applying the core values of data product management, discoverable, actionable, reliable, governable, and ethical, let's put this knowledge into practice. In this activity, you'll learn how to use a checklist to ensure that your data products align with these core values. Now, the goal of this activity is to help you to systematically apply the core values to a data product you are currently working on or planning to develop. By the end of this exercise, you'll have a clearer understanding of how to evaluate your data products against these key principles. The first step to using this checklist is to choose a data product. Start by selecting a data product that you're involved with. It could be a report, a dashboard, a data pipeline, data cube, or even a machine learning model. If you don't have a current project, think of a data product you've worked on in the past or one you're planning to create. Take a moment to identify your data product. Once you have it in mind, we'll move on to applying the checklist. Now, take a look at the checklist and let's go through it. For each value, ask yourself the corresponding questions. First, for discoverable, can users easily find and access this data product? Is the data product properly cataloged and documented? The second, actionable. Does this data product provide clear, relevant insights that enable users to take specific actions? Are the metrics in the data tailored to support decision making? Reliable. Is the data in this product accurate, up-to-date, and consistent? Do we have processes in place to maintain data quality? Governable. Are there appropriate governance policies in place to manage access, usage, and compliance? Have we established audit trails and monitoring for this product? Ethical. Is this data product designed and used in a way that respects privacy, avoids bias, and promotes fairness? Are we transparent about how the data is collected, processed, and used? The third step is to apply the checklist. So take your selected data product and do just that. For each core value, write down your observations and any potential gaps you identify. For example, if you determine that your data product is not easily discoverable, note that down and consider what steps you could take to improve its discoverability, such as better documentation, indexing, or metadata. If you find that the data might not be entirely reliable, think about how you can implement data quality checks, monitoring, or update processes to ensure accuracy. Now, this fourth step is to identify actionable improvements. So identify at least one actionable improvement you can make for each core value. Write these down as specific tasks that you and your team can implement. For instance, if you found that the ethical considerations were lacking, you might decide to add an ethical review step before launching your product. If governance is an issue, you might plan to establish or update access controls to better protect the data. Now, for step 5, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned from this exercise. How did the checklist help you identify areas for improvement? Were there any surprises or insights you have gained? If you're working with others currently in a group setting or working with a team, consider sharing your findings and discussing how this checklist can be integrated into your regular data product management planning processes. Applying the core values checklist is a practical way to ensure that your data products meet the highest standards of quality, usability, and ethics. By regularly using this checklist, you can systematically improve the impact and effectiveness of your data products. I encourage you to incorporate this checklist into your daily work. The more you use it, the more naturally these core values will become part of your data product management mindset. In our next section, we'll continue exploring the different types of data products and how to manage them effectively. But before we proceed, take a few minutes to finalize your notes from this activity and think about how you can apply what you've learned to your next project. Congratulations on completing Module 2, where we explored the 5 core values of data product management. Let's take a moment to review the key takeaways from this module. The first core value we discussed is discoverable. We learned that a data product is only as valuable as its accessibility. Making your data products discoverable means ensuring that they are easy to find, well documented, and searchable. This enables users to quickly locate the data they need to drive insights and actions. Next, we explored actionable. A data product must do more than just present information. It should enable users to take specific, meaningful actions. By focusing on user needs, providing clear and relevant metrics, and offering context, you create data products that drive decision making and business outcomes. Reliability was the third core value we examined. Reliable data products are those that users can depend on for accuracy, consistency, and timeliness. We emphasize the importance of data quality management, regular updates, and monitoring systems to ensure your data products are trustworthy and dependable. Governability is about managing your data products with proper controls, policies, and compliance measures in place. We discussed how strong governance ensures data is handled responsibly, securely, and in line with both regulatory requirements and organizational standards. Finally, we looked at the importance of ethics in data product management. Ethical data practices protect privacy, promote fairness, and build trust. We highlighted strategies for designing and managing data products that respect societal values, avoid bias, and are transparent in their usage. Also in this module, you had the opportunity to apply these core values using a practical checklist. This exercise helps you to systematically evaluate your data products and identify areas for improvement across each value. Once again, these core values, discoverable, actionable, reliable, governable, and ethical, are the foundational principles that should guide all your data product management activities and decisions. As you move forward in this course and in your career, keep these values at the forefront of your work. By doing so, you'll create data products that are not only effective, but also responsible and trusted. In the next module, we'll dive into different types of data products and explore how to manage each one more effectively. But before we move on, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned and how you can apply these core values to your current and future projects.